NASCAR has had many different point systems in its history, points based on the prize pool all the way up to playoff points. NASCAR began scoring races based on the prize pool from 1949 to 1951. Most races gave a $4,000 payout, meaning the winner typically got 200 points. Big races such as the Southern 500 paid out $25,000, meaning the winner would receive 1,250 points. No matter the prize pool, it was always the top 14 finishers who received points. 1952 until 1967 was similar to the first point system. Instead of the top 14, NASCAR expanded it to the top 25 receiving points. Points were still based on the prize pool. The first point system had some drivers receiving half points. This system did away with half points. Aside from points expanding from 14th to 25th and the removal of half points, this system is virtually the same as the first. From 1968 until 1971, the point system began shaping into what we've seen in the past 30 years. Rather than using the prize pool, NASCAR based points on the distance of each race. If a race was less than 250 miles, the winner would receive 50 points. If a race was 250 to 399 miles, the winner would receive 100 points. If a race was more than 399 miles, the winner would receive 150 points. For races less than 250 miles, the points would go from 50 down to 1. The top 50 all received points. For races that ran 250 to 399 miles, the points would go down by 2 each position. 100 for the winner, 98 for second, down to 2 for 50th place. For races that ran longer than 399 miles, the points would go down by 3. The winner would receive 150 points, second would receive 147, down to 3 points for 50th place. From 1972 to 1973, NASCAR combined 2 different point systems, one for position finished and one based on the track length. For example, the winner of the 1972 Daytona 500 received 100 points for the victory and 250 points based on the length of the track. In 1972, the winner received 100 points, down to 50th place receiving 2 points, with each position going down 2 points like before. In 1973, the winner received 125 points, with points going unchanged for 2nd through 50th. In 1974, the points were based on the total amount of money a driver won during that year, multiplied by the amount of races they were in, then divide that total by 1,000. For example, if a driver won $200,000 and raced 30 races, that would equal $6 million. Divide that $6 million by 1,000, that equals 6,000 points. In 1975, we saw what we see today. Points are equal through every race, regardless of the prize pool or length of the track. The winner of the race would receive 175 points, with points going down by 5 evenly through 6th place. Then points will go down by 4, then 3 down to 54th place, receiving 1 point. For the first time in NASCAR history, drivers would receive points for leading a single lap and leading the most laps in a race. 5 points for leading a single lap, as well as 5 points for leading the most laps. This was the point system from 1975 until 2003. In 2004, NASCAR introduced the chase for the Nextel Cup, what is now known as the NASCAR Cup Series Playoffs. This was a 10-race postseason. The points were the exact same, except the winner earned an additional 5 points, going up from 175 points to 180 points. The top 10 drivers in the point standings at the end of race 26 were the drivers entered into the chase. Those 10 drivers were all reset to 5,000 points for the 10-race shootout to end the season. Jeff Gordon was in first place in the standings at the beginning of the chase, so he started at 5,050 points. Going down to 10th place in the standings, Ryan Newman starting the chase at 5,005 points, so the chase wasn't a hard reset of points. This was the system from 2004 until 2010, with a minor adjustment in 2007 being an extra 5 points for the winner of each race, going from 180 to 185 points for each race winner. The chase grid also expanded from the top 10 drivers to the top 12 drivers to be entered into the chase. In 2011, the point system had a major change. The winner was bumped from receiving 185 points to just receiving 47 points. Second place received 42 points, going down to 43rd receiving 1 point. Each position less was 1 point less, from 2nd to 43rd. Instead of receiving 5 points for leading a single lap as well as leading the most laps, that was reduced to just 1 point earned for each of those. This was the format from 2011 to 2016. In 2014, NASCAR introduced the elimination style chase. If you won a single race during the first 26 races, you were entered into the chase. This was the beginning of the win and you're in format that we still use today. A very polarizing format. The top 16 drivers were entered into the chase, so if there were 13 race winners, the final 3 spots were for those who hadn't won a race but had more points than 17th on back. The 16 drivers in the chase were reset to 2,000 points. The chase had 4 rounds: the challenger round, the first 3 races, the contender round, the second 3 races, the eliminator round, the third 3 races, and the championship race. At the end of each of the first 3 rounds, the bottom 4 drivers were eliminated. The chase field goes from 16 to 12 to 8 to 4. Winning your in applies through each round of the chase as well. The last race of the season had the top 4 drivers reset to 5,000 points. It was a 1-race dash for the championship. Whichever driver of those 4 finished higher than the other 3 won the championship. In 2016, the maximum number of cars was reduced from 43 to 40. The winner would now receive 44 points, second place would receive 39 points, down to 40th place receiving 1 point. The chase remained the same. This is where I'm going to end this video. I still have the playoff points to get through, the stage points, all the changes from 2017 to now, but I've already went through a lot. In 2017 it gets very complicated. I will make another video just on the playoff points and stage points. If you have enjoyed this video, consider giving it a like. And while you're down there, if you don't mind subscribing for more of this content, I'll see you around next time.